Hi guys, 14 Prime here, back with another custom review. And today we'll look at the Transformers Legends of Cybertron Shattered Glass Galvatron. So here he is in his helicopter mode. Before we look at him, let's take a quick look at the paints. First off, we do have the usual gray surface primer and semi-gloss clear coat for the focus just a little bit more. Thank you. We have some semi-gloss black. The camera is very zoomed in on this little guy right now. Let me actually... Just a little, make this focusing not as difficult. Some AS18 light gray, to focus, thank you. And TS24 purple. As well as some XF19 sky gray. Some X16 purple. Some X14 sky blue, X18 semi-gloss black, X11 chrome silver, a little focus a little bit, thank you. And then finally a mixed color, because I think every custom has a mixed color now. I think just like some either red and orange or like pink and orange probably make it. This is a mixture I had that I added a little bit of I think I added orange to it to make it a little bit of a different color, so it would better suit this custom. But here he is in his little helicopter mode, and yes, this is yet another one of the Transformers Cybertron Legends figures, which was, if you didn't know, was called Legends of Cybertron, where they officially repurposed this mold for Shattered Glass Galvatron. So I made a baby one, him baby. And there he is in his baby helicopter mode. Let's get him off the stand. Come on. I put him on the stand because, again, it's so weird just plop a little guy on the table. But as you can see, this is the Shattered Glass Galvatron deco. Let me unzoom the camera just a bit. But this is the Shattered Glass Galvatron deco given to the little guy, and I think it does look quite nice. Of course, I didn't translate everything. A lot of the internal gray parts of this mold I just left the same. I didn't do like the bits of purple coming down here. And of course I couldn't do like the Tampa graphing he had on him, but I did most of it. As usual with these, I did more detail than I wanted to. Like I was just gonna like paint the black missiles here. I wasn't gonna do the black there, but then just I ended up doing as it looked really weird without it, so I did it, and I do think it also turned out quite nice. And just to bring in for a comparison, we're going to put him back on the stand. See if he'll go on there, right? Come on. Yeah, hook him on a leg. Just for a comparison, here is the normal one, which I have the Minicon gimmick deployed out just for the sake of consistency here. Let me angle the camera down a little bit. But you can see, like I said, not every detail has been recreated, but most of it has. Like I couldn't do the tamper graphing or all the red on the on the tail because it's just too short. It's too small to recreate all that. I thought about trying, but I just decided not to. I figured it was good enough. It's a Legends figure. Why not? We don't go for one-to-one accuracy for these little guys anyway. We go for as much accuracy as I feel like doing. But I really think he looks quite nice, and definitely you can look at this and tell what it's based on. Which also, a side note on this mold, if you did not know, flipping these down enough will cause this hinge to crack. Which I know this because on my original Cybertron evac, this broke, and on this one, when doing stuff for this custom, I ended up cracking one, and now I can never move it again. Really sucks. I might have to go get it fixed. I don't know. But yeah, that is. Whoop. Just go away, stand. Here you go. See, it's just weird having him just plopped on the table. He's so small. Him baby. One thing I actually do really like is that thanks to those little insignias Shozi will ship out with stuff, I actually had a Decepticon logo small enough to put there. It barely fit, but it fit. And that's all that matters. But anyways, that is pretty much it for his little helicopter mode. So let's go ahead and get him into his robot mode. And here in his little robot mode, he is just adorable. that's my favorite part about doing these, because I just make a little shattered glass guy and they're so cute. Just look at him. Look at this little guy with a whole chunk of his torso missing. But to get in close here on some of the details, not too much new is revealed here. Of course, we got the black arms going on. We have the chests and the head itself. If we'll focus just a little. There he goes. He has blue. You can kind of see his blue eyes amongst the purple, and then the little black line on his head. He does have a little bit of red there and there. I also painted some black in there, but then I forgot that you're not going to see that. You ain't going to notice that's there. And then there's, next time you remove this, you can see it a little bit better. Come on. It's a little bit tighter now because of the hole. But I actually had to go in, I spray painted this part gray, and then I had to go in and hand paint all the detail, which I think turned out quite lovely. So we pop this back on. But yeah, he isn't the best of the Cybertron Legends figures. I've sort of debated about doing a whole video about them. And this is one of the more interesting ones to me. Just because A, he's the only one with a waist swivel, just thanks to his transformation. And B, he probably was gutted the most out of any of them during the shrinking process. Because as you can see, he is missing the entire middle section of his torso. If you look here, whatever they got the CAD files for these, because I'm pretty sure all the Legends of Cybertron figures are literally just the bigger toys, but they just simplified their designs. But what they did is they cut it off here, so you can see how it doesn't even finish the sculpt. So he's just, his pecs to his waist, his whole stomach is gone, so his proportions are so messed up, and then his thighs are elongated. It's just, this poor guy. But I think in terms of this custom, he still looks quite nice. I gave him some light blue windows instead of the kind of the bluish green he had going on, just to, I didn't feel like doing another color. I figured the blue would be fun. Painted the propellers back here and little bits of red, and then the guns here, missiles are black and a little bit of red there, which these were also kind of messed up in the shrinking process, which is, again, just really funny to me. To get in a few comparisons here, we'll bring in the other two Legends of Cybertron customs. So we have Starscream, and we have Goldbug, which I do think all three of them look quite nice. They just make a cute little BotCon set. Too bad that that ain't happening ever. But there aren't too many more of these I can really do. Like, I think in terms of Shattered Glass, it's just Skywarp and Alpha Trion. I could technically do a Thundercracker just to do it, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. But I think these three also pretty great. I am planning on a redo of Goldbug. And whenever I get around to that, it'll probably just be a part of a custom corral, since it'll largely be the same as this, but with just a few extra details and a better black finish. Maybe something better with the head. We'll see. I don't know. The head is like one of the major disappointments, because I can't make it look like Goldbug. I just can't do it. Here he is with Megatron. And I was thinking about this the other day, where it's kind of funny that Galvatron is the upgrade when the Energon Megatron design is, this, it's a jet that's armed to the teeth, and then when he gets reformatted into Galvatron, he's a helicopter, a slower vehicle with less weapons. But I do think it's kind of fun that he technically carries over some stuff. Like, he still has the shoulder cannons, he has the wing profile. He's even still got, like, a bladed weapon with the helicopter rotor, which I think is just kind of fun. Like I see the vision. I see the vision. But it's also kind of funny. And then finally, if you heard that, Megatron just took out the other two standing there. And finally, we'll bring in the original, which I'll have to re-angle the camera for. Get it zoomed out just a little. But you can see I translated a lot of the deco here. I actually used the Universe Whirl as the base, because that's where all the gray parts come from. Like, those should have been repainted, but I just didn't. Just for the ease of transformation. The only gray parts I did repaint was the helicopter rotor and the guns on the back. I ended up redoing that just because they wouldn't have really got in the way of transformation. So, they were fine, but those shoulder bits and then the thighs definitely would have, so I decided to leave them as they are. And I think it still looks fine. It adds a little bit of uniqueness to this custom, I guess. The shade of gray, of course, is a little bit different, but I think it looks fine. Everything still gets the point across. I think it's good. But here you can really see it to where, like, this whole middle section of the torso is gone on this figure. And then also, when you're disassembling the torso itself, the head is actually on a separate piece, kind of similar to the Goldbug. I think I touched on that, where it looked like he was going to have a neck joint, but then it was gutted due to budget. Though a friend of mine also suggested that during the shrinking process, that might have just been part of the mold and they just gutted it like that. So, who knows? I'd love to hear about just all of those Legends toys because they fascinate me. Because they vary in quality so drastically. But yet they're, you know, based on the bigger toys. I just think the whole thing is interesting. Because, yeah, like, posability on this thing sucks. You get really nothing at the arms. You get like a shoulder, you sort of have a butterfly joint. The arms are on a ball joint, but the ball joint is designed to move back due to transformation. So it can move all the way back, and then it can move that much forward. And then, of course, the shoulder guns don't really work that well, because if you want to use them, you just cover the head. You do an Age of Extinction lockdown, which is kind of funny. But then, you know, full articulation from the waist down, you know, like a waist swivel. He's the only one of them with a waist swivel, too. He has a waist swivel. He has proper hips. The knees are a little bit tighter on regular versions of the mold. I sanded it down a little bit so that the knee joint actually moves smoothly. And he has this foot joint that's really loose. But it's really loose because I sanded it down just a touch because I thought it would chip when I put it back in. So, you know, just to be safe. But now his feet are loose. But he's always standing on them, so it doesn't matter. Come on, camera. But, yeah. Overall, he's just a little guy. He's it's not that great of a mold, but it's another one of these I could do, and I really like the Shattered Glass Galvatron look. I on and off again thought about doing a Shattered Glass Galvatron, like a full-size one, but there's not that many molds for it. The closest one I'd say we have is like Siege Springer, but even then you're missing a lot of the profile he has. Like you're missing the guns, you're missing the wings. It'd be a triple changer, and like I'd say that'd be an upgrade. Like if we're counting just the Siege Megatron that they did, that they added the 3 parts for the jet mode. It'd fall in line with that, where that one's technically a triple changer with a tank, and this would be a triple changer with a helicopter and a car. I mean, that's something, but I don't know. Will I do it? Probably not. But it's just been a thought. Hasbro, make a new Cybertron evac, please, and then do this repaint yourselves, because it's a straight repaint, and it's probably the only real popular repaint. What are they gonna do? They're gonna make Springer? They're gonna make Blades or Whirl? Come on. Just like they gotta do it with Cybertron, Hotshot, and Starscream from United next year. Come on. Quick update on the Q&A as well, for those that didn't see the community post. I was planning on getting it out this weekend with this video, but unfortunately, my editing software decided to delete the entire thing, so thanks to that, it's probably going to end up being a lot more of a simple video. Like, it's always going to be something like this, where it's just the one thing on screen. I'm answering questions. I was planning on doing something with more editing, and there's 1 or 2 segments of it that I'm probably still going to, like, edit and make its own shorter video, but just for the time being, to get it out, I'm going to just sit down and record the whole thing in one go, just so I can get it uploaded. And it should be out after this video, at least a week after this video. It shouldn't be that long. But just, you know, sorry about all that. But anyways, that is pretty much all I have to say. So please be sure to check out my channel for more video and custom reviews. And please don't forget to subscribe. You can also come check out my Facebook and Twitter pages. Links in the description below. And this is the 14th Prime, signing out.